Hello guys, how you guys doing today? I am Creeper24 and this is an update of the Microstutter problem that I'm having with my first computer that I've ever built. It became a nightmare, honestly, but trying to resolve this problem, I have learned so much, so I kind of thank Microstutter for this. Let's go ahead and listen to this commentary. I'm gonna go step by step on the list of the things that I've done to try to resolve this problem, but I'm still having Microstutter till this moment. So let's go ahead and get started. Well, first I updated the BIOS of my motherboard to the recent one released from Asus. Next, I updated all of my drivers, downloaded all the missing drivers for the graphics card, for my SSDs, my hard drive, my hardware, anything that I could upgrade and optimize for gaming, and the Microstutter was still there. So what I did next is I changed and I messed around with the settings of the game, turn on, turn off, VSync, G-Sync, all the bullshit, and the Microstutter was still there. So it became a freaking nightmare and I became obsessed with this problem. I am the type of person that will not give up and say, oh well, fuck it. No, I am the type of person that I determine myself. I will get to the point and to the bottom of this Microstutter and I will kick the Microstutter's ass. So let's go next on what I did. Well, since all the settings didn't work, my next option was, well, probably I purchased a defective graphics card. So I went ahead and got the WindForce AMD. Now this time it wasn't Nvidia, because I'm thinking, well, Nvidia drivers are fucked and my graphics card is defective. So I went and got the WindForce edition of the AMD R9 280X overclocked, and the Microstutter was still there. As you can see on my previous video, I want to link it down below. The Microstutter was still there. Well, what I did next, I said, well, if it's not the graphics card, it has to be the RAM. Since this RAM is like 3 years old, I said, well, I'm going to get a better RAM. So I got the ADATA 16 gigs of RAM instead of 8. I doubled it. I got 16 gigs of RAM and at 1866 megahertz. So guess what happened, guys? The Microstutter is still there. So at this point I'm like, okay, it's not the RAM. Okay, so what did I do next? Well, I changed the power supply. I changed the power supply from the Corsair CX750 80 plus bronze to the EVGA Supernova 750 G2 80 plus gold. I'm not gonna go into detail. So the main fact is that I changed the power supply for a better one. Okay, and guess what happened? Well, the Microstutter is still in the computer. I'm still getting Microstutter while gaming. At this point, I don't know what to do anymore. So, a good friend of mine said to me, Creeper, send me the motherboard with the CPU and we're gonna test it here. So I got the RAM ready, I'm sending my SSDs, and my friend, he's a professional. He's not I'm not gonna say who it is, but this bro, he knows his onions, as an example. He knows what the hell he's doing. So the video that you're watching right now is me removing the GTX 780 Ti, and you may ask yourself, Creeper, why you're wearing gloves? Well, I do not like to touch electronics with my bare hands due to grease on your hands, whatever it could be on your nasty hands. You know what I'm saying. I don't want to go into detail. So what I did, that right there is my old Corsair, the power supply. You're looking at it on the screen. I'm sending my graphics card to my bro. That's the other box that I got in there and it didn't work. So I'm sending my motherboard, my 2 SSDs, and my 1TB Western Digital Velociraptor. So he's gonna test. He's gonna hook up everything over there and He's gonna tell me what exactly is going on, whether it's a motherboard, what it is. We we still don't know what is the problem in here. So yeah, guys, this was an update. I'm letting you guys know. This is a short video, well, kind of 6 minutes. Anyways, you don't really have to watch this, but if you're interested on learning, well, learn with me. And if you got any questions, please hit me up. I have a lot of settings for the NVIDIA control panel. I have a lot of settings for the Battlefield 4 for better performance on your computer. And I have a lot of settings for the AMD due to that I have an AMD graphics card. So I'm actually thinking of building another computer once I find out where this Microstutter is coming from. And because I will not give up the Microstutter. I will not give up until I find the freaking problem. So guys, thank you for listening to me rambling about my steps and not steps on fixing this Microstutter. I know I'm not getting rarely any views, but honestly I love sitting here in front of my computer recording this. So as long as I enjoy it, who cares?